Sherlock Holmes. Bring Sherlock Holmes back to life. Back to life.
It's elementary, my dear Watson.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Sherlock Holmes is on the case. Moriarty. Sherlock Holmes is on the case.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Investing in the future means many things. To some, it means building personal power or wealth, no matter the price. Amazing! Hundreds of degrees below freezing, and the vegetables still grow faster than I could have dreamed possible. The process works. We can grow food faster in a near vacuum and at any temperature. I could never have done it without you, Elsie.
I'm the grateful one. You've changed my life in ways you can't imagine. But Hilton, what if your discovery fell into the wrong hands?
There's no way it can. Our secrets are safely locked away in our computers and our heads.
Not again!
I'm coming! Just a minute!
Hilton! Don't open the door! No! No! You.
Deidre, Wiggins, Tennyson. Excellent. So good of you to join us.
We've been thinking, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, we do all the legwork, but you get all the fun.
What they mean is, we like to take a shot at this detective stuff.
Not just gathering clues, but figuring out what they mean, too. From the beginning.
You mustn't underestimate the importance of gathering information. Without it, there is nothing to analyze.
We know that. We just want in on the analysis.
Very well.
That's it? What's the catch?
No catch. You may begin with this case.
All right!
Stella!
Holmes, is this advisable? Not to belittle their abilities, but they're awfully young to...
Tut-tut, Watson. They know my methods. Why not let them apply them?
Holmes! About time you got here.
And good morning to you too, Lestrade.
Yeah, whatever. No time for chit-chat. I need your help.
Correction, Lestrade. You need their help.
Huh? Yeah, right. Ooh, evildoers beware.
Humor me. Besides, remember this. The best assistant is a well-trained assistant.
Elsie Cubbett. Wife, found her unconscious near the deep freeze. Cubbett Farms has been here 5 years. The Cubbetts have been married for 1. Hilton Cubbett's going to cryogenics for a thaw. It's gonna be a while before we get any answers out of him or his wife.
Were there any witnesses?
The room itself is a witness. Our job is to observe what it has to say and deduce what has occurred. Getting the computer running again seems to be in order. Tennyson? Wiggins, why don't you check outside for signs of a break-in? Deidre can help look for evidence in here.
Do you mind? This is still my investigation, not a class field trip.
Of course. Please, proceed.
Okay, if you must help. Wiggins, check outside for break-ins. Deidre can help in here.
Just one set of prints. Leading away from the tank.
And what does that tell you?
That someone walked from the tank to the terminal after Cubbett fell in.
Or after he pushed him in.
A clue? Where? That's not a clue. It's a cartoon. Okay, copy it if you think it's so important.
What are you doing here?
Investigating a crime. Inspector Lestrade, New Scotland Yard. Now, what are you doing here?
I'm here to see my cousin Elsie. Where is she?
By now, she's in New London Hospital with her husband. What did you say your name was?
Slaney. Abe Slaney.
And where were you this morning, Mr. Slaney?
At my hotel.
Can anyone confirm that?
My pillow. I was asleep. See here, I don't have to take this. I should be asking the questions.
You've told us enough. You may go.
What? Holmes?
Don't leave town, Mr. Slaney.
Hey, I checked outside for signs of a break-in, but...
So good of you to stop by, Mr. Slaney, if you'll excuse us.
What a creepazoid.
Notice anything else about our Mr. Slaney?
Lousy dresser.
That's what happens when you live on the moon. You lose touch with what's trendy back on Earth.
How'd you get that?
His walk, the way he moves and breathes. I've seen it before.
Sure, he's used to much lighter gravity.
He must have gotten here in the last week not to have his Earth legs yet.
Something else.
He never asked what happened.
Perhaps because he already knows.
Meet me at the hospital. I just got word. Hilton Cubbitt's awake.
The last I remember is being at the farm with Elsie. There was a knock at the door. After that, nothing.
Any idea who might want to attack you or why?
My wife worried this morning that someone might try to steal my new process. It's worth a fortune in the right hands, but I have no specific idea who might want it.
Funny, she brought that up the very day you were attacked. Anyone in her background she might have been concerned about?
I know very little of my wife's past. She wanted to forget it and asked me to do the same.
What about a cousin? Abe Slaney.
No, never heard of him.
Elsie Cubbitt's room, please. Elsie, aren't you going to welcome your long-lost love? What?
What do you mean she's missing? Stake out the farm! Now! I want those computers secured. I'll be right over. I have to go. Mr. Cubbitt, I'm afraid your wife has left the hospital.
What? But how?
It seems she wasn't as sick as we thought. She's taken off.
But why would she leave?
We'll know that when we find her. But as of now, your wife has become a major suspect in this investigation.
That can't be. You're wrong.
So, we know now that there was no evidence of forced entry.
But we found a second man's footprints leading from the freezer to the computer.
Not Hilton's. I checked his shoes at the hospital. So someone else tried to break into the computer but couldn't. Oh yeah, show him your big find.
I say.
But what is it?
Okay, I'm going in. Lights. I said lights! Oh, Zed! So much for voice-controlled lighting systems.
What about Slaney? I know he had something to do with this.
He could have been the one who made the prints and sent the email.
Maybe they were plotting together. Elsie could have planned to steal her husband's secret all along.
You're right. She must have known something because she warned her husband before it happened.
But why would she do that if she was in on it? Maybe she wanted out, or was planning a double cross.
But do you have enough evidence to support these theories? Do you have enough facts to determine the truth?
Files deleted.
Mrs. Cubbitt? I had a feeling I'd find you here. Halt! Well, the good news is, you're alive.
Holmes is right. We're just guessing. Think. What do we really know?
Once more from the top. Cubbit was there, his wife, and someone else.
So here's Cubbit, and here's Elsie. No break-in, so we know someone let Greencracker in. There was a struggle. What else do we know?
That an ionizer was fired, and Cubbit landed in the tank. Elsie ended up unconscious next to it.
We know Greencracker tried to get at Cubbit's computer files. We know most of what happened.
But we still don't know why.
I think you've got it.
There are letters in a secret code? But what does it say?
So, what did you do with the files, Mrs. Cubbit?
I erased them.
You expect me to believe that? Something so valuable and you just wiped them clean without a thought?
I gave it a great deal of thought. Believe me. I've done nothing wrong.
And nothing wrong? You're the main suspect. Why does your past begin a year ago? Why is everything before that a sham? As far as official records are concerned, you don't even exist.
You don't have to answer. I have lawyers. They can...
Hilton, stay out of this. You don't know what you're getting into.
I'm sure Mrs. Cubbit has told us as much as she safely can. If she has no wish to discuss her past on the moon...
Who told you about that?
You did. Your gesture is used to adjust oxygen intake on spacesuits used in the moon's mining colonies. I understand that under exertion or agitation, you must increase your oxygen manually. Research tells me it becomes a nervous habit in time. I've seen it done before. By a Mr. Abe Slaney.
What's he talking about, Elsie?
I've said too much.
Is Tennyson sure this is the booth? It's awfully close to Cubbit Farms.
Yep, and we checked every inch of the booth. This is the only place left to search.
What are we looking for again?
Holmes always says, look for something that doesn't fit the pattern. Something that doesn't belong. The message code's complicated. Maybe there's a copy, some notes. Hello, what's this then? Lunatic. It's a nightclub down by the waterfront.
How do you know it has anything to do with the case?
Just a hunch. And this?
Hey, let's call Mr. Holmes.
We'll be right there. Watson. Yes, I am familiar with cryptography, having written more than one treatise on the subject. Very good. When cracking a code, seek the symbol that repeats the most. In English, E is usually the most common letter. You're on your way. And so are we. Come, Watson.
Coming, Holmes!
Hey, what are you doing? We can't go in there. They'll never let us in.
If we wait for Holmes, we might miss him. Come on!
Clear off, you lot.
Hey!
I told you I'll have the formula. Soon. Just be patient. What? Shh.
Ah, Mr. Slaney, wasn't it? Fancy meeting you here.
You. What are you doing here?
I might ask the same.
I'm staying at the hotel upstairs. I thought I could find some old friends here that might help Elsie.
I find your concern puzzling, since you are most likely one of the reasons Elsie left the moon.
What are you saying? I've never been to the moon.
An interesting gesture. I've seen you do it before. I've seen it done recently as well by another person. Elsie Cubbit.
Hold, sir! You are under arrest!
No need for that, Watson. My fighting skills may be centuries old, but they're still fair enough to stop you, Mr. Slaney.
Please, I surrender.
Very good, Tennyson. You know what to do. Send the message immediately.
I'm sorry, Holmes. I lost him.
Not your fault, Watson. He surprised all of us.
How can we find him in all of New London when he knows we're on to him?
Tennyson can help us there. Come, time is short. We have a trap to set.
I've talked to my husband. He's convinced me to tell you everything.
It would help if you could confirm the events of that fateful day.
I went to the moon to work at Galaxy City. That's where I met Abe. He talked me into joining the rebel movement. But the rebels went too far. The price they wanted to pay for freedom was too high.
Lunar shuttle departing from Gate 5.
I left for Earth to make a clean start. I changed my name, erased my past. But one day I started getting threatening email messages.
From Abe Slaney.
Abe! You monster! He wanted my husband's formula. With it, the rebels could be self-sufficient, independent from Earth.
Hilton came in and confronted him.
They struggled, and then... No! I tried to pull him out. Abe couldn't get Hilton's files, but I knew he wouldn't stop trying. I had to erase my husband's discovery before more damage could be done.
Files deleted.
I knew we could reconstruct them from memory. Abe would not win.
And he will be stopped.
Nice work, Holmes. Now, all I have to do is find Slaney.
Then let the detectives who solved the case take you to him.
Elsie? I got your message that I could have the formula. I knew you'd reconsider. Just like I knew you'd remember the code we used on the moon. Soon the formula will belong to the rebel cause. And the cause will thank you.
Flower You do think of everything, Slaney.
You sent the message to Slaney?
No, Tennyson did. He cracked the code and found an email address where Elsie could contact him. We just told Slaney what he wanted to hear.
And Slaney came right away to collect.
So, Watson, our young companions did a splendid job of solving the case. It was just a matter of getting enough facts to analyze accurately.
I must admit, Holmes, I had my doubts, for which I roundly apologize to all.
Talk is cheap, Watson.
Nothing says I'm sorry like seconds.